Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Glamour Jerome is my name. So here I will be taking you through secondary information sources. So let's go and look into more details of secondary information sources. So here in the first slide I will introduce you to secondary sources of information, and then we are going to define it. Then in the next slide we shall talk about examples of secondary sources of information. Then lastly we shall talk about the importance of secondary information sources. So let's go and define secondary sources of information. So here we explain it as: this analyze, interpret, or comment on primary sources. They are created after the event or time period under study, and often involves synthesis, analysis, or evaluation of primary materials. Let's go and look at examples of secondary sources of information. Under this we have books, scholarly articles, review articles, textbooks, by biographics, documentaries, encyclopedias. Then lastly, literature reviews. We move into the importance of secondary sources of information. So here it's like, let's look at the importance by discipline. The first importance that we have is history. Secondary sources provide, let me correct this. Secondary sources provide historians with critical analysis, interpretation, and debate surrounding historical events. Then let's move to the next importance. So here we have literature. So this is explained as literacy critics rely on secondary sources such as critical essays, book reviews, and literacy analysis to gain insight into various interpretation and critiques of literacy works. So this is how secondary sources of information is important, the work of literature. Then let's move to the next one, is science. This is explained as secondary sources in science include review articles and scientific journals that summarize and interpret primary research findings. They play a crucial role in disseminating scientific knowledge, educating students, and providing context for further research. Then lastly, under secondary sources of information, we have social science. Secondary sources in social sciences offers theoretical framework, research methodologies, and interpretation of primary data. They help researchers contextualize their findings, develop research hypotheses, and contribute to ongoing scholarly discussion. So this is how secondary sources of information is important to us under information literacy. I think this is what I have for you under secondary sources. Thanks for watching. The next video I'll be taking you through